They don't want you here tonight. Clarence Darnell was a man of routine. Every Friday at 6:07 p.m., he parked his rusted Ford Ranger in the same narrow spot outside Jean's Roadhouse Grill, ordered the same meal, medium-rare ribeye, house fries, collard greens, sweet tea, 2 sugars, no lemon, and sat in the same booth by the window, where he could see both the entrance and the parking lot. A habit left over from his army days. But tonight was different. Bernice, the usual waitress with her clattering bracelets and booming laugh, wasn't there. Instead, a young woman with a tight ponytail and nervous hands approached. Her name tag read E. Carver. "Hi there," she said, her smile thin. "Ready to order?" Clarence gave his usual. She scribbled it down and turned away, but then hesitated, glanced over her shoulder, leaned in close. "They don't want you here tonight." The warning. Emily Carver wasn't a hero. She was a 26-year-old single mom with rent due and a 4-year-old son who deserved better than the world kept giving him. She'd taken this job because Jean's paid cash tips and she needed every dollar. But she'd also known Logan Mercer since high school. Logan, with his contractor's crew and his smug grin, had been leaving notes for management. Certain types of customers make the place feel tense. No names, just coded venom. Last week, a black couple had walked in. Logan's table walked out 15 minutes later, their meals untouched. Tonight, Logan and his boys were watching Clarence. And Emily? She remembered what happened when good people stayed quiet. The confrontation. Clarence didn't leave. He ate his steak, drank his tea, and when Logan slid into the booth across from him, "This ain't about the law, it's about comfort," Clarence just stared. "You were a punk in high school," Clarence said. "Now you're sitting here worried about where a 62-year-old man eats his dinner. Somewhere along the way, you started fearing shadows." Logan's smirk faltered. Outside, in the alley, Emily stood her ground. "You think the whole world's supposed to revolve around your comfort?" Logan threatened her job. Clarence stepped between them. "She won't be losing it tonight." The aftermath. By the next Friday, Travis, Jean's spineless son, who'd let Logan's money do the talking, had taped a sign to the door. "Respect is served here." Logan's crew didn't show. Clarence took his usual seat. Emily brought his tea, no lemon. And in the quiet hum of the diner, something shifted. Not a revolution. Just a reminder. Silence isn't peace. The end. If this story meant something to you, hold the door open for someone else. The world changes in whispers. Subscribe for more stories where ordinary people refuse to stay silent.